Welcome back to Overnights. I'm Bougie in Atlanta. Let's get into it. Following my interview yesterday, I said we were going to talk about Caresha Young Miami. She's up next. Well, congratulations to Caresha for the launch of her Yams Era campaign. And who did she choose to tell us all that she's in her bag while she's in her prime? None other than primetime Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, the Colorado Buffaloes. And he even posted her campaign, reposted her campaign. And to be honest with you, I give that Yams Era campaign, the primetime part, I give that part an A+, because now every time I see Coach Prime, it's going to connect back to Caresha. So way to go on that, Young Miami. Now the part about the Yams Era. So we got the Prime and the Yams Era. So the Yams, it was explained by someone in the comments that means, she's from Miami. So instead of Miami, it's Miami. Now I give that part a C-, and here's why. That's regional, meaning, do y'all know and remember when KFC sold collard greens or mustard greens, but they sold greens? Well, if you don't, you didn't live in the region where they thought it would do well. Well, that's what the Miami is. So, people in the comments were, I guess just trying to cut people down by saying, people are slow if they didn't get what Miami meant. And I'm thinking it's not about fast or slow. It's about what part of the country, what region of the country you are from, right? So let me ask y'all a question. When I say yams, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Drop me some comments and let me know. But I'll go first. Thanksgiving, sweet potato pie. Now, what's the second thing that comes to mind? Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Okay, that song by Uncle Charli. Remember? That's national. Everybody kind of knows that for the most part. Anybody that's on social media every day, every Thanksgiving for the last few years, we see that song. So I'm just going to share this. If you have to explain your marketing campaign for people to understand it, just tear it up and start over. Keep the prime time part. As a matter of fact, you could have just stuck with that. But the Miami part is too regional, meaning people outside of Miami or no connection to Miami would understand it. But what I did get was Caresha drops her single, I'm a Mogul. The visuals were stunning. And you know what? She's showing us that although I was in a relationship with a high-profile person and, I had some dealings with them, I've moved on and I'm standing up on my own. So congratulations to Caresha, and also happy birthday on Superbowl Sunday. I'm sure she'll be likely to be in Vegas. And Vegas has reported that they're expecting approximately 1,000 private jets to go to the Super Bowl. And when you have wealthy people scoffing at the cost of Super Bowl tickets, which at the high end is $44,000, mid is $12,000, and the cheap seats that don't have any leather seating on the coating is $6,000, mid $6,000. So I'm like, who is going to this game? And I thought about it. I'm like, the IRS is going to love this. People that are going to write this off. So imagine you're a lawyer, right? Or a photographer, high-end photographer, or so you have some type of business. Well, they always tout that sporting events are great places to take your client, right? You're trying to close a deal. So imagine you're a lawyer and you just, want to get this company's business to be their corporate lawyer or something. I don't know, just making up something. Those are the types of people that are going to pay $12,000 for 2 tickets for a total of $24,000 and write it off as a business expense. Now, if they can't do that, tell me in the comments why they can't. But I'm pretty sure the IRS is going to be like, now, how much did you pay for this week? But if it's allowed, it's fair game, right? There's a club there. The tickets are for sale online, and I think they were like $500. It's probably sold out. The owner suite, I think, is like $2.5 million, And I think like a regular suite, I could be wrong, but I think it's like 77,000. I don't think it was 700,000. I think it's 77,000. And then most of the hotels had 3-night minimums. And I don't think I saw a room for less than $800 a night. I think maybe like an Econo Lodge for $350 a night, but no way, ain't no way. I'm paying $350 a night at an Econo Lodge. But that minimum price ticket jumped because when that Super Bowl was it Arizona? I think the cheapest ticket was like $5,000. So it's gone up over $1,000 just from one game, one Super Bowl, or two really. I don't know how much it was at SoFi, but I just don't think it was that expensive. So if anybody's going, like, has anybody considered just going to Vegas for the day? Like flying into Vegas, maybe at about 10 a.m., landing at 10 a.m., and leaving Vegas at about 9 p.m. Like a day trip. Has anybody considered that? Is anyone doing that? Is anyone driving, say from Texas or Florida to the Super Bowl rather than taking flights? If y'all are doing a day trip, I would love to hear what's your game plan. Because you're going to be there, 8 hours? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? How are you going to spend your time? If you're not going to the game, I'm expecting that you're probably not. What are you going to be doing? Are you going to go shopping? Are you going to go to the casinos? Are you going to take in the show? That type of thing. So, of course, leave me some comments about that as well. Now, I want to go back to Monique because it's such a good topic. But I want to ask this question. Why, if people are upset with Monique and Kat, why are they trying to diss Shannon? Like, why is Shannon catching strays? I didn't see him do anything wrong. His show is called A Conversation. He's labeling Club Shay Shay, sit down, have a drink, and talk. Leonard or Charlemagne made the comment that he didn't need to add anything to what the guests were saying. And I'm thinking, look, dude, this man did not say he was a journalist. He's not you. And you know what's silly? He adds something all the time. In fact, he even apologized to Monique for calling her donkey the other day because she was suing Netflix. And he didn't go back and report that she settled with Netflix. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy really has a lot of advice for how other people should carry themselves, but he doesn't carry himself well at all. And I love Jess on the show. In fact, I love how when Charlemagne tries to go at her, I call him Slick Shady, Slick Shady, because he is slick shady. He's just not direct with it, but he's slick about it. Like, you know how you have those people, they're trying to hate on you, but they try to laugh it off as a joke. Like, that's how he carries himself. But one thing about Jess, she will put that thing in reverse and back up all over him and say what it is that she has to say. And, I noticed she doesn't try to get emotional. Like when they were talking about Monique, I noticed she asked the guys after she said, the things that she said. She was like, so y'all don't have anything to say? And she's like, oh, wait, I was about to get personal. But, hey, stand up for people when they need somebody to stand up for them, So I just wondered about that. Like, why are people trying to diss Shannon? And, what makes, Charlemagne think that he has any type of credibility to tell somebody when they should speak on their own show, which is settled around a conversation at a bar or a lounge. That type of thing. I think he just can't be neutral, and he just doesn't want to admit it because you can look at his face when they're talking about these things. He looks down. He's not looking up, and they're on camera. So, and he made the comment like, well, Tyler Perry isn't going to do this, and, this person isn't going to do that. I'm like, oh, so y'all must be best buds, and your feelings must be hurt. But I digress. So, moving on from that. So, now, Monique and her husband sat down, and they did a live. And, you had another comedian come for Monique, and a few people came for her husband. Why are people mad about this woman's husband? Why are they asking questions like, why is he with her? Why is he always there? Like, what's really going on here? Is there some hidden message and I missed the memo? Like, why are people going in on this woman's husband? Because it looks like he's standing by her side and he's her manager. That's what he should do. Have we gotten so used to not seeing married couples as black people that when we see a man standing up for his wife that we question what's his purpose? So leave me some comments about that as well. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. So it's going to be Friday when y'all hear this. I appreciate those that left comments for me.